Kansas City wheat and CPSR. Let's take a look at those two commodities today. My name is Trent Klarenbach with Klarenbach Research. Today is May the 26th, 2025. And this is our member area of our website where we have our sentiment ratings on here. And let's just scroll up here. You can see where I'm in Bullish, CPSR in Saskatchewan for some time. The Klarenbach Price Index average price for the year is $6.95, and our current price index is sitting at $7.47. So that's 50 cents, give or take, a bushel above the average price for the year. So if you've held on this long and delayed some sales, then that's been a good move on your part. We haven't had any sell signals yet, but because we've been anticipating this rally. But we will continue to provide guidance on when to take profits and how to, use the futures market in order to offset your risk. So let's just go down and take a look at, we're going to come back here. This here is the weekly chart. It's a continuous chart of KC hard red winter wheat futures, and it's been quite a sell-off. But there's a few things. I'm going to clean this chart up a little bit here. So take a look at this here. Last week we got a rally. We had a nice candlestick 2 weeks ago. And a nice rally back into this previous support level. So previous support often acts as resistance, right? Previous support often acts as resistance, and it often gets retested once it's broken, which we did. We broke it, and now we're retesting it. So there's a bit of heavy lifting to go above here on the wheat futures chart, and it's going to take some time to get above there, I believe. When I put my annotations on the chart, you can see here I got a blue trend line that dates back to years. I got this yellow trend line here that maybe we're testing. I'm going to see a bunch of other lines on here too. When we scroll in here, these are volume weighted average price levels, and you can see the VWAP from the week of April 14th. That's acting as some sort of level of resistance. We have the VWAPs going back here above there all the way up to 560. So it's going to take a bit of effort. I think it's going to take some time to get above these current levels, above 550 for that matter, and stay above there. I think it's going to take a bit of effort, a bit of time, if it does at all. But right now, this is a downtrend. This is a weekly chart. We're below a declining 50-week moving average. You just cannot be bullish with any conviction below a declining 50-week moving average. But yes, there we are. Look at the daily chart. Again, let's clean that up a bit. So we're below this purple 200-day moving average, right? We're below a declining 50-day moving average. So even though we got a rally, you can't trust a rally when you're below a declining 50-day moving average. You just don't trust the rallies. Can they have one? Absolutely they can. But look at this. It's just hard to, we got these rallies in the past, and it's just hard to trust them. You got to wait for the moving average to start flattening out and rising before you develop any kind of conviction. And you need the price above it. We're none of those right now, so it's really tough to be too optimistic. Let's go back to this chart here, and you can see our Klarenbach Price Index chart. This is the logarithmic chart, and I draw this on our website. You can see there if you have a premium subscription. And I'd had this red line here as a possible level of resistance, and then it started acting as some support. We're finding support from this trend line also. We're above our moving averages, right? So I'm starting to feel really good. That's why I'm bullish CPSR in Saskatchewan, well, Western Canada for that matter. I have to be. Those are my rules, and I'm bullish. My strength, my conviction will increase, of course, once those moving averages start to rise, and more importantly, if we make new highs. We're waiting that. This other chart here, this is a monthly chart, and we're above this rising 10-month moving average. Have to like that. I have to like that. Probably going to see some more consolidation. This is priced in per ton. So right now we're finding some resistance from that 287 level, this fib level back here, $287 per ton. I think we're getting another test of it here shortly, and we'll see if that happens. The weekly chart, we got to turn the line chart on here. Yeah, you can see, we're above this 10-week moving average. That's starting to rise. The 50-week moving average is below. It's starting to rise too. I'm hoping this last retest of this trend line has occurred. Time will tell, but it's kind of looking like it It's been tested twice, and maybe that's enough. And maybe we can see some consolidation here. Let these moving averages start to curl up, and then we can get above 287, above 290, and get a rally back up to 330 per ton. And I think that's possible. We haven't had a retest of this purple 200-week moving average. I think we can get there. I really do. My name is Trent Klarenbach. It's sunny in Saskatoon.